Oh no, Consequences by Kwite. Kwite? I don't know. Anyways, we'll jump into this. I got no idea what this is about. We'll see. We'll see. We'll see. Oh no.
Hi again, guys. And do you ever say, oh no, like Knuckles the Echidna does in hit
Oh no.
video game Sonic Adventure 2? I do like from time to time, but I feel like I don't really do it in the inflection he does. It's me going, oh no, at Consequences is usually how it goes. That was terrible. Yeah, today we're gonna be looking at r/oh no consequences. You know, when people
We look at Reddit. Okay, that's pretty chill. We'll take that.
like do a thing and it causes something to happen afterwards as a direct effect of the thing they did. This subreddit has like old posts from like the around the internet, but it's also a lot of just cross-posting from other subreddits where people are describing predicaments they're in and what happened after. If you guys enjoy this video, this card at the end will take you to another one like it, and be sure to drop a like and subscribe with notifications on so you never miss an upload. Plumber returns to reclog pipe after restaurant refuses to pay bill. Heverin Plumbing Company owner Joel Heverin said,
Damn! That's the type of revenge I like seeing. Okay, here we go. That sounds horrible, by the way. Being, your pipes being clogged again.
That the restaurant has a history of being slow to make payments to his business. After refusing to pay the second bill, restaurant surveillance cameras showed the plumber returning the next morning to reclog the pipes. He put a balloon into our grease trap that he's not gonna remove until we pay.
That is crazy. Kind of based, though. Kind of based.
And if we leave the balloon in there, it would overflow the restaurant with water. Dirty water from the grease trap. Basically, we would have had to shut down. Heverin Plumbing was called to fix the block, and 3 days later it happened again. They called the plumber again, saying it was emergency, and they got charged double the second time. So, like, they paid him the first time, and then, like, when he had to come back and do the same work again, he charged double and they refused to pay. I assumed he was charging an extra $1,000, but charging $150 for overtime sounds reasonable. Yeah, that's not, like, ridiculous.
Yeah, that does sound fine. I mean, if somebody refused to pay, you'd not do anything either. I don't know, reversing the situation? I don't know.
I just wonder, like, what caused it to come back so rapidly? Was it that the thing?
I know somebody who just like did some wall work, and just like they didn't pay him, and bro said, well, since you didn't pay it, it's technically mine, and so he tore down the entire wall and said, yeah, you know what? Fuck you.
Clogging the pipes wasn't actually solving the issue? Hard to say. I'm not, like, explosively mad at that one. Part of the fun of this game is, like, reading the caption first and trying to think about how bad it could get when you read the original post. Why wouldn't a server serve me after I sat myself? There's no way it wasn't because I skipped the host stand and wasn't assigned one. God, that's a tongue twister, dude. Did you write that on purpose? You asshole. You knew YouTubers like me who pay their rent off of reading Reddit posts were gonna get twisted up and may get minorly inconvenienced by that. Got my first bad review. 1 star. A completely rude staff. I walked out after being scolded by an entitled child for not checking in with her before seating my elderly parents in their patio. Like, I understand the person leaving the review's perspective, at least. Like, your parents are elderly, so you want them to be able to sit down somewhere, but usually it's like a waiting room.
True. But my first bad review, I'm curious where this goes.
Sat for 20 minutes before being told that was why we were being ignored. There are a ton of great restaurants here in blank. Skip this one. They weren't ignored because they sat themselves. They were ignored because no one knew they were there. You're seated by a host for a reason. They inform your server of your presence and keep the...
Wait, now I'm getting this. I'm such an idiot. Now I'm getting this. Now I'm freaking getting this. Okay. They were essentially, what's the word? Just, they sat down and nobody knew they were there because, the servers weren't, obviously aware of the presence because they just sat down and nobody came. Wow, that's funny.
Pace of new tables flowing properly. And yeah, that's exactly it. There are restaurants where, like, you do seat yourself and they have systems for keeping track of, like, who's sitting where and how to know when to come out to, like, check on someone. And then there are others where you get seated. That's just the way it is. This one's a fucking classic, dude. You guys remember Johnny Somali? Just committing crimes all over East Asia, dude. I feel like he was the just asshole face of Kick for a while. And he said, I'm a young person. I made a mistake. Dreamer Johnny...
Yeah, nobody believes you. And he's still not in jail. Guys, he's still not in jail. He still exists out there, walking around. And he's still not in jail.
Johnny Somali has apologized to South Koreans as he faces 10 years in jail. I don't actually know what ended up becoming of him after all that. But yeah, he is saying it like he's a teenager. And he's also saying it like the fuck-ups he's saying he made a mistake about are like fairly harmless stuff in the grand scheme. He was going up to people in Japan and making comments about the bombings of Hiroshima.
Yeah. Yeah. And like dancing half naked in public, being drunk, showing up late showing up late to like court and stuff, and like he was touching these statues, the comfort women, I think are they called, weirdly as well, or sexually nature. Yeah. He made deep fakes as well. Yeah, you get the idea.
Nagasaki. He was harassing random streamers and like saying that he was gonna do a bomb threat on a train. And like, to be fair, he did get like the shit kicked out of him multiple times, which was very cathartic, but still. And that's just like what he was doing in Japan a few years back. That doesn't even begin to scratch the surface. Classic OhNoConsequences Sunday. Lady orders sushi rolls that were not on sale and gets angry she can't return them. I ordered 60 or so sushi rolls because I thought they were on sale, but it turns out to be something else that was on sale. I was really expecting a dramatic reveal right after that, like, oh my god, they were selling like children in the basement. And I'm like, what? But no, he just keeps it pushing. It was something else on sale. But anyways, I was also with my kids, so we were all eating sushi, and then they gave me the bill, and I saw it was over $100, which I didn't have. And since me and my kids hadn't eaten 30 or so of the sushi rolls, I told the waitress I'd give back the sushi for a refund for all the sushi we didn't eat. I'm sorry, how did you expect to, like, return the food? If it's, like, out and open on a plate, you can't put it back and then just give it to a different customer. And if you knew you weren't going to...
Well, if you're blind, that's your own fault. The only thing you could argue is that the fact that something was off, had a percentage off, and it wasn't clearly visible enough. That's the only thing you could argue. However, you would need to prove that.
Eat like all the rolls that like the sale was going to get you. Why would you even like buy that?
Like if like the sale was just weirdly, I don't know, placed so it looked like the sushi was on sale, sure, but again, you'd have to prove that.
Eddie, I guess to take home for leftovers, but... So then I had to leave my kids at the restaurant and had to drive to the nearest ATM and get enough for the bill? This is not okay. I will not be returning anytime soon. Why couldn't you just bring your kids with you? Like, it's certainly good of you that you were willing to, like, go and get the cash and end up solving the situation, but, like, was the restaurant holding on to your kids as, like, collateral? If so, that's kind of gangster, man. Like, that's a very...
You can have your kids when you've paid the bill. Before that, they will be working in our kitchens.
Very effective policy, I'll say. 60 sushi rolls for what sounds like over $100 is a steal. Also, does she have like 30 kids? That's a lot of sushi. That's what I'm saying. And I also forgot to mention that I'm rather fond of this subreddit's quirk where the icon for it is Justin Timberlake's mugshot. That's cheeky. A few of these are videos where it's almost like instant karma. You get to see the consequences happen in real time and almost immediately. Attempt to push doggo in the water. Okay, who the fuck is still like saying doggo in current year? Are you 12 or a millennial? I should waterboard you so you know what was happening in Iraq. I don't even know if he's like trying to push the dog or just roughly petting it like a dipshit, but that dog is absolutely trying to push him in. Oh my god, I thought he was gonna go
Uno reverse, bitch. You wanna chuck me into the water? Now wait up, kid. I'm gonna put you into the water. I literally saw this video recently, and the fact you react is kind of like, small world. Small world we live in.
All the way in. You only felt like knee deep too, bro. You don't even have to change your shirt or like wash your hair after this. You just gotta dry off. So dramatic. The doggo knew what it was doing. Captain Tap Tap, you are getting waterboarded too. Okay, here's like one of the few I was able to find that was indigenous to the subreddit. Original content not cross-posted. Now everyone knows what a nice guy he is. At some point in my late 20s, I matched with a guy on a dating app and he messaged me while I was at work. He waited a whole 3 hours for me to respond before he started sending berating messages, starting with, "Sorry, I'm not good looking enough for your shallow ass," followed by
huh? What the fuck? Why would you do that? Huh? What the? Why would you self-sabotage? You matched. So why would you self-sabotage? Huh?
messages calling me a and a bitch across the next 3 days. I like to imagine that it was a lot of messages, but the only 2 words ever said were, and bitch. They swapped back and forth between the insult of their choice. Had it automated so they could even do it in their sleep. Either that or they just stayed up, did the sleep deprivation so they could do it manually. I'm fed up with men who think they can treat women like garbage without consequence. I set out for revenge. It took me a while to find his socials, but I eventually did so and sent a screenshot of his messages to his mother on Facebook Messenger. Oh.
That's a base kind of revenge. That's an interesting kind of revenge. I see the vision.
Oh, dude. That is like some effective shit. Like, you take the way that a dude treats women and share it with, like, the women already close to him in his life and, like, ugh. I didn't get a response, and without being friends with her on Facebook, I couldn't see whether she had actually received or seen my message at all. So I sent it to his sister. She told me he wasn't that kind of guy and was dealing with a lot, even going so far as to say he was her hero. I told her he obviously is that kind of guy to get better heroes. I mean, to her, you're like one random stranger who is like talking shit about someone like who she's probably looked up to for a while. Not saying it didn't happen, but like, I don't think that message from you is going to be changing her mind. I then posted the screenshot.
Kinda. Yeah. Yeah, okay. But I think like it's starting to become overkill. I feel like it has become overkill.
In a public post and tagged him in it. This prompted him to send a sniveling apology message via Facebook Messenger, begging me to take the post down. I did not take it down, nor did I respond to his message, so he couldn't tell whether I'd read it or not. Very satisfying. This is absolutely like an r/petty revenge type post. I'm like just
Yeah, I feel like it's a bit overkill. Like, the dude was a dick. I think sending it to his mom and sister is like enough, but yeah. It's a bit overkill.
Really not about, like, blasting, like, your personal business to the public, like, unprompted. But I mean, like, it is your prerogative, I suppose. A classic OhNoConsequences. Lady pays her babysitter extremely low wages and whines on a mom group when she quits. From 6 years ago. Damn, this has been a while in the making. I am livid. This person has been babysitting for me for 7 months now. $100 a week. The hours are easy, 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. like a regular fucking job. Okay, dude, if I had to, like, raise kids like a full-time shift a day, I would also go a little insane. And the kids are basically angels. They sleep most of the day anyway at this age. You know what? I'm gonna be honest. Your experience might not be all the same as it is for the person who has to actually be there the first 8 hours of the day. I get a text from her saying she's applying to Walmart and that she can't afford to work for me anymore. Is she working 9 to 5 for you, like, every day and only getting $100 a week? Because that is like...
If she works 9 to 5 for you, that means you gotta pay her 9 to 5. I don't know. I feel like that's a good reason. Well, you can't really complain, right? She has to, or you pay her more.
Absurdly low for like the hourly wage. That's like $2 and some change an hour. That's like a third of federal minimum wage, if that. She can't afford to work for me anymore. She's not paying me anything. I'm paying her. What do you mean afford? As in like I need more money because I can't do it. Have fun working longer hours for less pay, you ungrateful bitch. Again, $100 a week, mind you. That's what we're talking about. Typically, a person who does this amount of the like watching the kids, wouldn't they be like considered a nanny? And I'm pretty sure that's supposed to pay a lot better. And now I'm stuck without childcare. All the daycares in my area are super expensive, and every time I have posted an ad on a local buy and sell, people...
So she is full-time watching her children. Yo, then you gotta pay her full-time. You'd have to do that anyways.
People have left really mean comments. I'm getting desperate. I can't believe she'd put me in the spot. This is risking my livelihood. I thought she was my friend. She was risking her livelihood working with you, dumbass. And of course nobody wants the job. That's probably why she got out. For those that want the comments with the response from the babysitter. Oh shit, we got the other side? Oh yeah, it is $2.50 an hour. I'm sorry, but working 40 hours a week at 100, that's $2.50 an hour. She will be making more at Walmart. With the taxes she'll have to pay? This was all under the table easy money. I don't think that's something you want to say out loud. Now she'll have to take a real grown-up job, and I bet she'll learn to regret it. She should feel ashamed leaving me high and dry. Girl, is this true? I blocked her. She won't be able to see this. I don't need her in my life anymore. No, you dumb bitch. You did not block me. I can see everything you wrote. I will make more money working less hours at Walmart without your whiny kids that scream half the day. Plus, the job has benefits, taxes, won't drive my earnings down to $2.50 an hour. Your math is wrong. I tried to work for you as long as I could, but then I saw your new Lexus and I asked for a raise, and you said you couldn't afford it.
So she's just a cheap bitch. I had to babysit an autistic 2-year-old, and it's not easy, so I understand the situation. Yeah, it's more so that she's working 40 hours a week for $100. That's kind of crazy. That's kind of crazy. A week. That's like 400 a month.
Holy shit, they tried to work it out. I saw right through you. You're using me for cheap labor because I was a friend. I refuse to not be valued. My labor has worth and I deserve to not struggle financially. I worked a good long 9 months for you. Yes, 9, not 7, because of the 2 of those months were unpaid. Holy shit. Yeah, no, you really scammed the fuck out of this.
And she was unpaid. Yikes.
Kid. They were like watching after your kid for as long as it took to carry them in the womb. But I refuse to continue this cycle. It's like the cycle of abuse. It's like you must not hit your child even if your dad hits you. You are rude and entitled and your kids deserve better. I hate your kids. I know you're rich. That Lexus is fucking ugly anyways. And even though I hate your kids, I still wouldn't wish you upon them. Which is a shame because you're legally tied to them. Listen here, bitch. The Lexus is a rental. I could afford to pay you a little more.
A pussy fight. Let's go! Peak cinema.
But for what? Watching over 2 sleeping babies and twiddling your thumbs? Oh my fucking god, dude. If the babysitting job of the kid was really that easy, I mean, like, I might have looked into doing, like, some, like, remote work or, like, online shit. Or I just, like, bring my Steam Deck. Forget it. Have fun working as a cashier on your feet all day, getting yelled at by your manager for your shit attitude and regretting the cushy job you had here, where you could watch TV all day and do your online course using our Wi-Fi. Should I send you the bill for that? What about the water usage for when you stay over? Are you fucking serious? Like, should I send you the invoice? I made you dinner for multiple occasions when you had to stay late. Should I send you the bill for that? I have been welcoming, and you have been greedy. So much for community and friends when all they want is cash. Get the fuck off my page. Good luck getting someone to work for pennies, bitch. Like, you found maybe the one person who was willing to do the work you were asking of them for as long as they did. And they asked for a raise.
That's wild. This is perfect. I see no problem. This is the perfect fight. I see no issue. I did have a roof over my head at the time, so I guess I can't complain. True. That's the other side. I think she just needed more money because she had to pay her bills, and, you know, $400 a month didn't help anymore, especially when you're essentially a full-time daycare.
Single time because they did not want to like ruin the supposed good thing they had going. And when you can't meet their demands, they go fucking look on the job market. It's pretty simple. Typing on your phone for a full 5 seconds while driving. Oh, no, this can't be good. And slow ass single finger typing too. Dude, and like the phone didn't even like stay on the screen for her to keep.
People that use their phone while driving and cause an accident should their driver's license be permanently revoked without return because it clearly shows that you are too addicted to this phone to drive.
Typing on it. Do you imagine it like broke as a result and now she can't even use it? I will say, when you hit even like a curb or some shit, or like you think you may have like gotten into an accident, there is like just this sinking feeling in your gut. I've had it like a few times growing up, so thankfully it was never like anything major, but I can at least relate to the expression she has on her face, just the instant regret of like, oh, I shouldn't have fucking done that. I'm such an idiot. Like, the consequences were immediate, but I feel like the lesson got across about as fast as well. I'm just hoping she didn't crash into anybody else, so like she's really the only one who has to deal with that.
I wonder if the guy that crashed into my little brother was on his phone. Fuck that man, by the way.
Okay, this was cross-posted. Man tries to litter, gets consequences.
Oh my god, is he wait. Deserved punishment.
Oh, that was just fucking dumb, dude. Like, I'm trying to figure out what the hell he was even drinking. Is he just drinking liquor out the bottle, man? That don't look like water or soda or anything. Like, that looks like it's like a brand label. And if he's like impaired because, you know, he's fucking drunk, then it's no wonder like why he didn't realize his window was still up, man. Holy fuck, that's incredible. I want to see it break again. Show me. Oh, dude.
That is crazy. That's peak. What the fuck? That's, well, if he has the money, sure, I guess.
Dude. And again, like that sinking feeling, like when you accidentally like do something to your car and it's like, ah, shit, fuck. Was it worth the minor convenience of that, man? Like, it would have been simpler to put it back in the cup holder. It really would have been easier. Trying to do less work and it ended up creating like a bigger headache.
It feels like he didn't even properly register what he just did. It feels like he did something and didn't even register that he did it.
for him. Oh, fuck no, dude. There's no way this one's real. There's no way. Gee, I wonder why my eyes are so irritated. I've been doing urine drops in my eyes and holding a—
Huh? Urine drops? Why are you doing your own pee into your eyes? Your eyes are infected. You have an eye infection.
a glass of urine over my eyes for short durations throughout the day. My eyes are getting red and discharging large amounts of pus. I was wondering if anyone else went through this. I am gonna be honest, I don't think a single soul has. At least not intentionally. Like, I would expect this conversation to get around where it's like, my eyes are getting red and pus is coming out of them. Anyone else have this happen? And people in the comments would like be going down a list of symptoms and it's like, have you been putting anything new in your eyes recently? Oh, well, recently I've just been giving them golden showers every single day for 5 minutes at a time. And just jaw drop to the floor like,
how do you even come to that? How do you sit there and are like, yeah, I actually want piss in my eyes?
I think I found the culprit. And the award for worst censor job of all time goes to Carnivore for Autoimmune. He didn't fucking try, dude. I have been following a carnivore diet for 2 years. Initially, my hair grew thicker, but recently it has been falling out. For the last 3 weeks, it has been coming out in handfuls. Any idea what's wrong? I haven't had much of an appetite recently. I take magnesium, potassium, natural B vitamins, and CLO. Also iodine and selenium. My diet has mostly been raw, fatty, grass-fed beef, raw milk, and eggs. I do put honey in my coffee. I am hypothyroid, but controlled with desiccated thyroid. Jesus Christ, dude. This is so fucking bad. That sounds disgusting. Like, raw meat is just...
Raw meat is... You should not consume it that often. Let's just say that. You shouldn't. The raw eggs, okay, fine. Raw milk can cause problems, especially when considering, all the bacteria. And there's, like, no difference between, like, raw milk, like, the quality of raw milk and like, normal milk, right? That one has just the great chance of making you more sick. Dude, this shit disappointment. Your model's eye said it all with the urine situation. It's just crazy. Why would you do that?
Unappetizing to me in general. It's slimy and wet and not at all savory in the way that I want it to be. Ah, dude, Jesus, that one makes my stomach rumble. I'm gonna wrap this one up here. If you guys enjoyed, that card I mentioned should be on screen. And be sure to drop a like and subscribe with notifications on. Anyways, this has been...
That's horrible. Anyways, yeah, consequences. I have a few memes saying, oh no, it's the consequences of my own actions. Yeah, just don't put urine into your eyes. Anyways, like, comment, and subscribe.